Hey, this is Aristotle, the Nicomachean Ethics. It's a philosophy book. I'm going to talk about it. Okay, this is the book, the Nicomachean Ethics. I got this when I was starting in college, and I was very interested in philosophy and learning about religion and the meaning of life. And I searched and tried to understand. I even found some books that made no sense at all, that were garbage, that have since torn up and thrown away. And to tell the truth, and we're here on my YouTube channel, I found God and Jesus. See? God and Jesus. And that is the answer for everything. God created everything. God is omniscient. And that's the answers to everything, is following God and Jesus. Those are the answers to everything. We're sinners, we're flawed, we're not perfect. God is perfect. So this book is garbage. It's some guy who wanted to try to rewrite the Bible or something like the Bible, and he's just some writer that thought he was better than everyone. You know, he thought he was so huge that he'll make something that's better, the best work of writing to have ever been in earth, meaning in earth, down in hell, because it's wrong, but it's actually just wrong. You know, it tries to find the meaning of life and stuff like that, but it's off the mark. It's not God and Jesus. If you want scientific answers, real scientific answers for what the universe is and what everything is, it's God and Jesus. It's God and Jesus. That, for those who are brilliant enough and understand enough about faith, and just those who are willing to read and understand, or listen and understand, and look up scripture and find trusted sources of God's truth instead of this stuff that's distorted by the devil, because that's all he knows is non-original things, like distorting the actual truth and the originality that God created. He created all of this. He created nature. He created the thunder and rain outside. He created everything. And the devil is just an angel he created, who will be cast in a lake of fire forever, for all eternity, one day. And the devil doesn't know what he's talking about. He tries to distort the truth. He's not original at all. So God is there all the time. And when you have faith in God, that's what it's really about. Now, this book is just a man trying to be big and timeless with his work. You know, he's a regular man. He says he tries to say things that are like the Bible, and it looks like it's going towards saying something meaningful, but it's off the mark. It's just a garbagey thing that's somewhat like God and following God and Jesus, but it's not. Those religions, those philosophies, those other ones besides the Bible are just wrong. I mean, I don't have anything against them that much, but it's the same as like something, it's following the wrong path down. And oftentimes people get so misled by it, and they're in the dark, that they oftentimes start being mean to others and doing things the wrong way, and they end up going to hell when they're judged after they die. So let's look at what this type of thing says. Every art and every scientific, get some light on it. Every art and every scientific inquiry, and similarly every action and purpose, may be said to aim at some good. See, he tries to say that it's like the Bible, but he puts his own weird thing on it, so where it's like just in the dark. It's in the dark. It's out there in the dark, like trying to find answers that make no sense. And when you follow God and Jesus, That's the answer to everything. Everything, it really is, scientifically in every way. It all makes sense the more that you read about it and understand about it. So he says, everything, every art and every scientific inquiry and similarly, every action and purpose, he tries to sound sophisticated and educated with his vocabulary and semantics and stuff like that, may be said to aim at some good, everything. So it's like the Bible, but it's just some different thing that is wrong. Hence the good has been well defined as that which all things aim, he says. This is Aristotle. He's about the same as Plato and Socrates. They were around about the same time. One of them was a student of the other one, something like that. They're not that important to remember. God and Jesus was a real man on earth. Jesus was a real man. It's unanimous. Every bit of history pretty much agrees that he was a real man 2,000 years ago, did these amazing things, and he's God's son. He was God's son, and he was the only man who did not sin. So after this jerk says something about everything's supposed to aim at some good, hence the good has been well defined as that at which all things aim. But it is clear that there is a difference in the ends. The ends? I came up with that myself. Everyone will agree upon it. That's what he thought, and then he died, and then people are we're still trying to figure out. I'll show you what happens to this book. For the ends are sometimes activities and sometimes results beyond the mere activities. Also, where there are certain ends beyond the actions, the results are naturally superior to the activities. So it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm gonna tear it up. It makes no sense. It's not even a fiction, but it should be considered a mere fiction. That is all that this is. There's no way that this has any significance as to how the universe was created or how everything really is. And that is by following God and Jesus and the Bible. And it's just how it is. Some people who don't follow God and Jesus and the Bible can get into heaven, but it's like they're out there in the dark. They don't really know what they're doing. This helps guide you. This is the main thing that makes you able to be guided. The Bible, the New Testament and the Old Testament. So this is what it's about. And this, I tried to take notes in it and study it, figuring out the answers my whole life until I found God and Jesus. And that made everything make sense. Made everything finally make sense. And this movie's a comedy, but it talks about finding God, the importance. The only thing that's to be taken seriously, really, is the good of God and Jesus and the good that I do in my life for following God and Jesus and giving my life purpose and my life to Jesus and God. So that's what that is. So, and it's entertaining, it's funny, but that's not the purpose of life, to make a joke of life. It's kind of wrong, So I made this about following God and Jesus. And this book, you want to see what I think of it? For misleading people. Many people must have gone down to hell for thinking that this is what it was about their whole lives, and being angry at people who are kind to others and follow God and Jesus. So here's some more of his his bullshit. So here's what I think of it. You want to see what I think of it while I'm holding a phone? Let's see what page this is on right here. Let's see what page this is on. here's what I think of this book that I got in some bullshit philosophy class a long ass time ago that misleads people into the dark. Misleads people, and so many people go down to hell when they think this jerk who thought he was the best writer in the world. This jerk thought he was the best writer in the world. Garbage. Trying to be better than others. Like he knows the answers to everything about the meaning of life. He thinks he's a lowercase G-O-D. I'm a you-know-what. A false god. That's what he thought he was aspiring to. Being an idol for others to, study. And they had me take a class on it. A regular kid trying to understand what the meaning of life was. Misled into all this for so many years. By, this, other things, random things. Until I found God and Jesus. So, let's see if I can tear this up properly. Hey. The Nicomachean Tonton is so important. Has people in the dark, misled, looking for answers out there in the dark. Bunch of garbage. When you find God in Jesus, it makes everything the best. That's the way. That's the way. It's just how it is. Regardless of my face looking young or old or whatever the heck that is, that doesn't matter. It's about kindness to others. For me, it makes me happier in a somewhat a selfish way, but you're supposed to be kind to yourself. But I might not look the best or whatever right now. I had a difficult yesterday, but I'm doing good. And it's not all about being selfish. So I took that and tore it up. I'm gonna take this and tear it up because it's a bunch of garbage. Aristotle, I'm better than you. Well, he was an okay guy, but this is not to replace religion, and namely the Bible and Christianity. This is garbage. The other stuff is like, what are they doing? Teaching meanness to others? Sometimes it's okay to be mean to others. Some of those religions do that. This is garbage. This is actual garbage. I would never do this to a Bible. And when I was younger and a sinner, I did some pretty bad stuff. And I'm still a sinner now. But I did some misled stuff. I'm throwing this in the garbage. This whole thing should be ripped up, burned. Oh, I'm going to keep it to burn in the fire. I'm going to keep it to burn for firewood. It looks like it'll make pretty good firewood to burn. Low angle on my face. Okay, well, I'm going to go. I'm going to burn this later. I don't need to light a fire right now, but I saved it, messed it up. I'm going to use it to light good fire in the wood burning stove this winter. Okay, bye. That's the garbagey book that makes no sense. We're gonna put it in the fireplace right now, actually. In the fireplace right now. Oh, Aristotle, he's in hell, being tormented. Here's your garbage book. Nonsense. He's trying to replace God and Jesus or something? Bunch of nonsense. Really. Do fiction or something if and have it follow God and Jesus and kindness to others. So, some fiction's okay. Anyway, I gotta move this thing out of the way because I'm gonna put this giant thing of oatmeal in a bag and seal it up because I don't want it to get on anything. And I'm gonna throw this away later. I put some of the stuff in there. Here. Now it's just a work of, well, whatever it is. It was always just a work of fiction that misled people. Bye.